Hello. Sorry, I just need to say before I even start that the song that is coming through my mind, and I hate songs like this, so it's not one of mine. I know it's for the reading. Um, is it Mariah Carey? One moment in time. I don't know the rest of the words. Na, 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 something. If you're looking for a serious reading, this is probably not going to be it, is it? My God. You're probably asking yourself, why am I subscribed? Because you love the randomness and the lighter that is not working for my incense that I was going to light for everyone. Come on, please. Yes. Go on. Okay. So the energy of the reading is completely correct. We are not ready yet. We are not ready yet. We are being plunged into the deep end. And we are saying we are not freaking ready yet. Have I got another light around here? Everything that happens in a reading is for the reading, by the way. If you haven't been to these circles before, then you will understand that everything that happens in the reading is for the reading. I do hope this finds you well. I'm going to introduce while I'm trying to get my incense. There's literally not one drop of gas in there. And I haven't got anything on me either. Let's see if there's anything in here. Is there anything in there? This is my sewing box. I'm now looking through for a lighter. Random. Right. Okay. So that's not happening. Where would a lighter be? 2 seconds. Let me go and have a look. All right, we're bringing in kitchen utensils. There is always a way, people. There is always a way. Oh, let's get this puppy lit. Oh no. That's hilarious. You know full well that I am not recorded or edited or this is the most authentic place. Oh, gone. Right, okay, so we're definitely not having incense at the moment. So we shall continue. As I said, everything that happens in the reading is for the reading. So we shall start. I do hope this finds you well, wherever you are in the world, and this time and space continuum. Where do I want to start? If you would like to like, subscribe, comment, connect with me in any way, it massively helps me to interact with your energy and give you a more precise reading. And just to say hello, feedback, questions, all that kind of stuff. I love it all. Please interact while you are here in the energy. And if you would like to purchase the main deck that I use, this is the AEIOU Oracle. This is a deck that I have designed myself. And I'm not going to tell you how wonderful it is because you just need to try it. And I'm going to pull from here. If you would like to purchase the deck, you can do so in the description box and it will take you to the website, which is actually under construction at the moment. But, oh, hi! My bestest friend in the whole entire universe is on the call. Hi, darling. Welcome to the most random reading you're ever going to watch. That's the way it started anyway. So we are getting some energy in for the 5-5 portal. the download that I got was, we're just not quite ready yet. And this is not like you're saying to the universe, I'm not quite ready, as in the universe is going to hold. The universe is already going. It's gone. The energy is moving. There is expansion. 5s are all about freedom. And for me personally, 5 is my life path number, which means freedom and expansion, and also freeing other people from any perceived any perceived caves. This is interesting for this reading because the cave is the root chakra. The cave is the root chakra. This is literally starting the quest from the very, very beginning. This is you in hermit mode. Message. You could have been through some very difficult times. You could have retreated. This for me has a hermit kind of energy, but it also brings death energy to me. So in regards to the death energy, it's like being on a knife edge between death and rebirth. So we must let things go so that new stuff can come in. So there could be still an element of wanting to hibernate. There's maybe a wanting to be a little bit more perfect than you already are, or that you perceive to be. This is, I feel like, I'm just going to move this incense and everything out of the way because I feel like it's hindering my performance. Aha, there you go. So something that is hindering your performance. What is this in the way? Something that you're leaving behind, and I feel like they want me to read on it. So we've got the 4 of Scepters in the reverse. Okay. So instability, feeling unwelcome, lack of support, conflict at home. Okay, so that is basically the same energy as the cave. So I'm hearing that on the road again. I can't remember the words. What's going on with the lack of full song? Let's read. When reversed, this card can mean that you feel unsupported in your endeavors, whether at home or in other personal areas of your life. You may feel like you are taking on an impossible task or fight and nobody is helping you. Instead, watching from the sidelines, be careful or you might get stepped on. I feel like we're going to get something really interesting from that, because my alignment number, A38, thank you very much. I feel like there has been a feeling like you've been in the rat race, being pulled along like a juggernaut, just with existing in life. You know, I have to go to my job every day, you know, so that is a pull. And then there's, I need to earn a certain amount of money. So that has been pulling you along. And then there's, I go, they're just saying it's like this hamster wheel almost of like life just pulling you in this direction. And you've realized that you can't continue on that same thread. So what you've done is you've taken yourself out of the rat race and gone into a bit of a hermit mode. Like, I'm not going to interact. I know that that's not for me. I know that I don't want to continue in this same vein, but I'm not sure what the continuum is yet. And I feel like you've been in a space where they're saying that you've been like penny pinching and like nitpicking. It's almost like you've been sitting on the sidelines judging everybody else for what they were doing. And we all do this, by the way. It's like, because you've stopped still, you're in this observational mode. So now that you're sort of sitting back as the observer, you have been sort of narrating other people's existences and observing other people's existences, and it's become a pastime. That's the word that they're giving me, a pastime. Okay, so you're thinking about your investments and how you may be feeling unsure about those. And there's a feeling of loss of power here as well. I feel like you've distanced yourself from people as well. There's this repeat of like a lack of support, a lack of help. There may be some feelings of like the universe has forgotten you a little bit. And I'm also getting some conflict in there as well. Like literally crossing swords in your minds, like not always having conflicting thoughts about what you should do and who you should be with and, you know, how you should move forward. And it's like you're traveling through polarity. And I feel like there's this element of bringing stuff out of the subconscious. Like the way that I'm understanding this card, and I don't normally get this from this card, is you can see that the beast is in the water and the two heads poking out the top. There has been some healing that has been coming up from the subconscious to the conscious mind, and it's creating these polarities. So timelines and behaviors that may be from your past coming up so that they can actually fight it out in the realm. Like, why did I do this? What made me do this? I feel really bad about this. You know, like that you're seeing things from different perspectives now, rather than it just being it's just one narrative. It's like now you're bringing it into your consciousness so that you can sort of like fight it out. Hope that makes sense for somebody. Like something that you see as you might have once seen as a loss, you're now seeing as like an investment. You have created new energy from that, and you see the different perspective on why that thing had to happen. But this is a process of like still juggling round. This isn't, I don't see this being fully cemented in your consciousness yet, in your reality. It's not a settled energy. It's I feel like there's still a bit of a dance. Okay, so we've got lots of Skeptors in reverse here. I feel like there's a sense of that you've been left out by the universe. Like something hasn't worked. Like something that you feel like has been written in the stars. I feel like it didn't work out, but you read it wrong. It was misinterpreted. Okay. So say for example, you had a reading from somebody, or you went to a mystic, or you were at a retreat, or you had a plant medicine journey or something like that. There's been a misunderstanding in regards to the information that you received. And this is not necessarily that it was wrong, it's just that you didn't have the right tools at the time to process that information that came to you. It's almost, they're giving it to me like the whole point is that you had to live it out so that you could learn it, rather than it just being given to you as a piece of information, because you wouldn't actually learn from it if they just told you the answer. It's like they gave you the stepping stones to move through it, but it was actually up to you to choose and to direct your own life so that you could actually learn from this process. Because, and you've done it, because the wheel of fortune is here saying this is, you're continuing, you're on to the next lap now, we're going. The thing that you think is trouble, or the thing that hasn't worked out, did the thing that it needed to do. Like it's used up its gas. So whatever it's like the way that I speak about lessons is they come in like time cogs, rounds. We go round and round. So half the journey is for the Dharma, the other half is for the karma. So there's a lesson and then you live it out, and then there's a lesson and then you live it out. That's why we go through cycles of being like, things feel easy, then things feel tough, and then things feel easy and then they feel tough. And like all these different cogs are working together to create a map, let's say, of your like university course of life, let's say. So something that you think, you believe, and this may be different for different people, is that you think that you failed. There's like this feeling of like, it didn't work out for me. And this is why you've gone into this retreat space. It's like, and I don't mean a retreat as in like going for a nice retreat. I mean, like you have retreated from what you were doing because you feel like it wasn't working or it didn't work out. And the universe is saying, no, 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 no. There was something in there that we needed you to learn. And I feel like it was connecting more with this universal, they're giving me the word like universal apparatus, which is lovely. And there's something about guarding the roots, protecting the roots. And I'm getting from this card, like, what is actually important. That's what I'm getting quite strongly from that card. What is actually important? Like for somebody, this King of Coins in reverse, this King of Coins in the reverse is like complete loss of stability, complete, this could have been like a massive collapse of home. Interesting. I was just trying to pick up from that energy because as soon as I put my hand on it, I just got this big release of like air that felt like it was trapped on top of my lungs. It wasn't from my throat, it was from down here. And then my ears like blew. I don't know whether you get that. You know, when you go like that, like an air bubble kind of thing. Like this loss of stability was actually a shift from like a heaviness over your heart. And I feel like the foundation that you were building from wasn't serving like your highest self, your highest loving self, if that makes sense to you. And I'm just getting that you haven't been able to let it go. So the Justice card and the King of Spikes has come out sort of like in this kind of fashion, crossing each other. And they're right. I'm just going to say it like this because this is like a key. I feel like this is a turning point for you. And this is why they're giving it to me like that straight across the reading, because the Egyptian god here, is it Ankh? I can't remember this guy's name. I do apologize. When you go into when you die, your heart gets weighed with a feather. If it weighs more than the feather, then you go to the underworld, like death. You die. And if your heart is lighter than the feather, then you go into 2222. There you go. That's a message for someone. 4 2s. You go to your next life. So there's something that is weighing heavy on your heart. And with the King of Spikes, this is vampire energy. So in your energy field of the past, there has been a heavy energy of what are they giving it to me from there? I'm hearing cross my heart and hope to die, like making promises that you can't keep. That's what I'm hearing. But it's this vampire energy is you're letting people take from you, but you're also taking from others. It's because it came out sideways. It's both. Yeah. So this in the reverse is injustice, and this is justice. So it's like you're playing around. You're playing around in this kind of energy. And this is the crossing swords. Doing right, doing wrong, doing right, doing wrong. It is a grave injustice to misuse power when in a position of authority. Someone, yourself, or another may be taking advantage of or manipulating others, especially if they are in a weak emotional state. This person likely has a huge ego and superiority. I can never say that word, complex, and likes to show off. Remember that everyone is entitled to respect, regardless of how much social, economic, or career power over someone else. It's time to set boundaries or cut them off entirely. And I feel like with this coming out sideways, this is this is the energy that you're in. So I'm going to read the upright of the same card. King of Spikes is a great leader who rules objectively and with conviction, with no tolerance for breaking the rules. You are in power and you lead with respect and authority. You cut straight to the point and are a master of keeping your emotions in check. Well-researched, logical, informed decisions are important regarding business dealings and situations with others. If this card refers to someone outside of yourself, it may suggest finding someone to help you with legal or financial situations. Power cannot corrupt the king who rules with fairness and logic. So I'm going to read the justice as well for you, because I think this is really, really, this is the energy. This is that I'm not ready yet. So in the upright, impartiality, justice, and truth. And in the reverse, it's lack of accountability, poor judgment, and biased. So in the upright, impartiality and fairness are paramount with the justice card. When upright, it reminds you to act on your choices with only honorable intentions, because you will be judged accordingly for them. If you are currently embroiled in legal matters, this card is a positive sign that the truth will win and justice will be carried out appropriately. If you have been deceptive, this is a sign that you might need to prepare yourself to be held accountable for your consequences. When reversed, this card can mean that you are holding on to prejudice. Right, okay, we'll get there in the end. That is preventing you from making a decision in a fair, ethical way. If others are being dishonest with you, know that karma will bring balance to the situation. They'll have to answer for their own actions soon enough. Wow. Here I am in your presence, O Lord of the West. There is no wrongdoing in my body. I have not wittingly told lies. There has been no second fault. Grant that I may be like the favored ones who are in your suit. O Oris, I can't even say that. Oh my God, this writing's horrible. Ugh. When they write in italics, it makes my eyes go funny. Osiris. Oh, Osiris. Wow. I wish my reading was better. That's one thing that I do wish. One greatly favoured by the good God, unloved of the Lord of the two lands, Ani, vindicated before Osiris. That's like a little prayer from the Papyrus of Ani. So I would say that that is a turning point for you in regards to moving forward. And I'm hearing righting a wrong for good this time. Righting a wrong. Anything else? No, they wanted me to go there. Okay. Someone is observing. Someone is observing you. The energy that just came through when I went to pick up the cards again was they're in anguish. That's the word that they're giving me. It's not cross, in anguish. Is that angry? I don't even. Severe mental or physical pain or suffering, be extremely distressed about something. Someone who is with you in spirit is in anguish. And you know this, grandma, they're saying. What did you want to say? They wanted me to read that out. Okay. The Three of Earth represents a time of preparation. It is time to sow the seeds born of thought, need, and desire in fertile soil, and do what is required in order to make these seeds grow. It is time for you to do the necessary groundwork. Remember, the outcome can only be equal to the investment you are willing to make in the here and now. The Three of Earth can only symbolize a time of sacrifice in the weeks and months ahead. There may be choices offered that appear as limitations and restrictions. While these choices might bring about feelings of reluctance, frustration, and annoyance, but them aside and focus on what the end results will bring. The future may also offer moments of adversity and hardship that make you want to give up. If you find your resolve challenged over the weeks and months ahead, know that all that you hope to achieve is dependent upon your willingness to make a commitment now and then honor that commitment to the end. Do so knowing that it will be noticed and respected. It may even increase the opportunities that come your way. Whether it be further education, new work responsibilities, saving for a new home, or building a business, now is the time to look for realistic, grounded options and to then get in touch with those who have the knowledge and information you require in order to determine if your objectives can be achieved and the best course of action for you to take. The Three of Earths asks, what are you willing to do now in order to achieve the outcome you desire? There we go. Wow. I've never noticed that. This is important. Can you see the blood coming from his hand into the seed? This is like blood, sweat, and tears. This is the anguish. What you want to achieve, if you think about that in your mind, if you think about the things that you want to achieve, this is you have to connect with it. All the pain that you've been through, all the hurt, the pain, the hardships, everything is going to go into this new life. You are literally creating from blood, sweat, and tears. I've never noticed that before. Is there anything else that you'd like to say? Well, okay, well, that's too many, isn't it? Clear message, please. That's too many. Clear message, please. Oh my God, just throwing everything out. Come on. Clear message. You just threw out one card and that was lovely. Come on. Let's get back into that. Right, thank you. Oh, I've got two. No, we've got more. Come on, clear message. Clear message, clear message, clear message, clear message. You're trying to say too many things at once and it gets confusing. There's someone, there's a female on the other side. I was getting grandmother energy, and this is someone who, like, they're trying to get through to you, and for some reason you're not paying attention. They're guiding you somewhere, and you're like, literally, they're just constantly throwing out so much energy. You're not listening. Right, I'm going to give one more time and then I'm going to swap decks. Do you want me to change decks? Right, okay. So we are actually going to talk to the ancestor, who this might be. Can you give me a clear message on what you're trying to say, please? Clear message. So the lies card came in reverse on the justice card. This is time for truth. That's it. Your ancestors know exactly what's going on. Whether you believe in your ancestors' guides, whatever it is, they see exactly what you're up to. And there's a truth that needs to come out for you, for your growth, for the seeds of your future, to change this key. A truth needs to be told. Would you like to say any more? What is important to you at this time? What is important for you to say at this time? What is important for you to say at this time? What is important for you at this time? What would you like to say? What is important for you to say at this time? A broken promise. A broken promise. I feel like there's a group of people that are now separate because of this. There is a gift. You have a very bright light that you are walking away from. You are walking away from a truth. I'm hearing the truth is blinding and you're stopping the new beginning. You're walking away from a new beginning. I'm hearing that dance into the fire. Yeah, you got to burn it down. Burn it down. They're saying it's not going to hurt you like it's hurting you. That's really interesting. They're saying it's not going to hurt you like it's hurting you. That's so interesting, isn't it? So telling the truth, you think that it's going to be really, really painful. It's not at all. It's going to free you from this cave, free you from this space that you have put yourself in. The path, you're moving forward, your path will come from telling the truth. The reason why you feel like you are in this cave and you feel like the universe has forgotten you and all that kind of stuff is because the path cannot continue without you closing this cog, without you doing the right thing. Look at this. Love and boundaries. That's really important. Love and boundaries. I'm hearing, what are you prepared to do? Have you got anything else that you would like to share with us? Can you speak to me more about the, actually, have you got anything to share? Let's slow it down. Have you got anything else that you want to share? Right, okay. So this ancestor is saying to you, listen, because they have the wisdom, because they didn't do life in the way that they wanted to. They didn't engage with life. They kept in this cave. They're saying, learn from my mistakes. That is the reason why I'm trying to give you this information, is because I need you to learn from my mistakes. I didn't come out of the cave and you can. You can literally change your whole life. For who's listening to this, you're not living. You're not living to your fullest expression. I'm just hearing you've got to let it go. You've got to let it go. The tribe, family, destruction in reverse. That's about bringing something together, building. Death in reverse. Life, inspiration. Thank you very much. I am going to read on. I'm going to read on that. We're going to go here and we're going to ask, can you tell me about the love, please? Tower in reverse. You're stopping something. You're stopping something. You're holding back from the shift. It's like you're refusing to work with people. Refusing to meet people where they are. Refusing to celebrate. I'm seeing cards here. It's really frustrating when that happens, when they show it to me like in my mind's eye and I keep thinking I've seen it. Like 3-3. You're sat here waiting for your ships to come in. From the sidelines. There's something about like not engaging. Why? Why the not engaging? Can you explain to us why they're not engaging? Justice again in the reverse. You're not engaging. Tell me more about the Justice card, please. Tell me more about the Justice card, please. Such a random. What have I got there? 10 of Pentacles sideways. Just give me a minute. Let me just try and sometimes when I'm trying to do a general reading, I'm getting so many different narratives from different people. And obviously I have to make it general, and I don't want to say private information on a general reading. So it's like trying to get the information, the energy, so it's generalized. What I'm getting is this cyclical kind of circle of energy that you don't know how to make right because you don't feel like you have options for this future, for this 10 of Pentacles to work everything out. It's like you're cycling through logical explanations of how you can make this right, and none of them are coming up with anything that you feel is adequate. But this is about love. This is about your heart. It's not going to make logical sense. This is about your conscience. I feel like this is saying to you, your guide, I've still very much got this grandma kind of energy with me, but it's not, she doesn't feel old. She doesn't feel like old. It doesn't feel like that. It feels, the thing that I'm getting is that you're not going to be able the reason why you're coming up with no logical move forward and no options is because it needs to come from your heart. The decision needs to be heart-led for this, like, deep down in your soul the consequences of these actions that you took in the past, this promise that you broke. This because it's in you, like it's in your heart. It's not a logical, like, we've got no swords out here whatsoever. There's no swords. The only sword is on the justice card, and you've got 2 justice cards basically in the reverse. And the 7 of Cups in the reverse is basically saying that you have no options in the realm that make sense, because it's not about it's like the universe is not going to give you the next part of the journey unless you actually do something from your heart, because that's the thing that was broken. Like, when you break a promise, you break someone's heart. It's not a logical thing. The mind can get over these things. The mind can move on. The mind can understand people. The mind is repairable, but the heart is something completely different. And it's like this 10 of Pentacles, this happy ever after thing that you're wanting, this legacy. It can't physically come round because you're unhappy. You can't build foundations from a place where you don't feel like eternally happy in your soul. It's like the foundation is not being satiated. It's like your internal compass is not leading you. It's like the legacy can't come together without you closing this cog of time and space by doing the right thing. And this could mean something completely different to whoever comes across the reading. Like, please take what resonates in regards to your story. This is a general reading. If you would like to book a personal reading, that's a completely different kind of energy, and you can do so in the description box. Yeah. Making things right. Closing cycles. This is a card of nostalgia. And also protecting something. I told you before about that big dragon that was in the circle. This castle that is protecting these 2 children, they're in the courtyard playing with their flowers and things. This castle, this goes all the way around them. It's protection energy, but 6s are balance. So by balancing this energy, this is how you move forward. I feel like you hurt yourself. You wounded yourself in this situation. Right. Clear message, please. What will come from the course correct, please? What will the outcome be from the course correct? Can we inspire? Can we inspire, please? What will come from the course correct? What will come from the course correct? What will come from the balance? What will come from bringing the balance to this situation? There you go. The end of suffering. The end of suffering, the end of betrayal. Closing a cycle. And on the Two of Cups. Divine partnership. Whether this be a friend, family member, business partner, romantic relationship, whatever you think, whatever resonates with your situation. Because at the moment you feel like you're left out in the cold and you're constantly keeping your thoughts, emotions, and all that kind of stuff to yourself. And that will continue. So this feeling of being left out in the cold and, you know, sort of feeling like you're having to hide and keep your feelings and all that kind of stuff to yourself, that will continue into the next phase. Oh my God. So that one definitely wanted to pop out. So the Empress is in reverse. Well, enough Arcana cards here. They're basically showing me. So I asked what will happen from course correcting, and they're purposely not showing me that, because they said earlier on that the pathway is not going to be shown to you unless you do something about this, unless you bring balance. And they're basically saying it again. And they're showing me that things will continue to proceed in the same fashion, which basically means that you're not going to be in your purpose. You're not going to have your emotional fulfillment. This is 10 of Cups now. So you've got 2 10s out here. The more you hide, the more that you break the promises to yourself, the more that you continue to lie. And this is to yourself, to others, you know. We've got the Empress in reverse. We've got the 10 of Cups in reverse. We've got the Judgment in reverse. And the only card that we've got in the upright is the Temperance, which basically means that anything is possible. You have the power to make anything possible. And the Temperance is all about balance. That is such a clear message. And I cannot stress to you that this is universal energy. This is a big reading for someone. This is a really, really big reading for someone, and someone definitely needs to be taking heed of this reading, because, like, this is stealing life, stealing joy, stealing abundance, stealing purpose, stealing. It's just. And the thing is as well, the more people, the more that this energy continues and spreads, the more karma that you're going to have to deal with, because it goes on to other people, and you're involving more and more people into this cog of time. Ace of Swords in the reverse, which is basically saying that you are not in God's honest truth. There is, I'm hearing the word, is that speculation? I was not expecting this kind of reading. Emperor in the reverse, Ace of Swords in the reverse. This is tyranny. This is control. This is destruction. This is out of control kind of energy. This is someone who causes chaos to get what they want. I'm hearing underhand behavior. Ruthless, that's the word I'm hearing, ruthless. Ruthless. Clarify this, Emperor, please. Clarify this, Emperor, please. Clarify the Emperor, please. Definitely getting a frog that wants to be released in my throat chakra there. Somebody's holding back from speaking a truth. Holding back. There you go. Holding back, holding on, miser kind of energy, refusing to let go. Ooh. Strength. Vulnerability. That's the way forward. Someone needs a soft touch. I'm hearing that. The Midas touch. I'm just getting that like whether this is for you or someone that you are dealing with, take it as it resonates, this situation to you, but there is a soft touch that is needed. If somebody comes to you to apologize, you need to have grace and hold this apology, hold this person, because you can see from her literally holding his jaw, holding his mouth, holding his teeth. He could easily turn around and like rip her arm off. I'm hearing that somebody's going to come to you, or if this is you, moving forward with vulnerability and taming the beast within you. And that's how you move on. 6-6. That's how you move on to the next portal. It needs to happen. Because the next portal, the 6-6, is about balance. If you don't do it, the universe will do it. That is so clear. That is a very clear message for someone. The 6-6 portal is the 6th of June. That is the next portal. And the universe will move you away from this. Can you see the spirit? Can you see the spirit in the boat? Your guides, your angels, your ancestors are steering you away, and they are trying to give you balance. The 6 of Pentacles is all about fairness and balance. And if you don't act on this, and if the person that you're involved with doesn't act on this, the universe will call time. The next portal you will not be allowed to go through. I know that some of you out there won't understand what that means, but the universe will bring the tower. And this is what I was saying about this cog of time that needs to go round. That's a lovely, clear message. I'm going to get you an oracle card to close. I hope this has been helpful. There's been a few of you on the reading. If you would like to like, subscribe and comment and all that lovely stuff, it massively, massively, massively helps me. I'm trying to, oh dear God, I'm trying to shuffle a book as well. It does massively help me to give you more accurate readings. And if you would like to comment and tell me about readings that you would like to hear, etc., I'd love that as well. Feedback is always welcome. And if you would like to buy the AEIOU Oracle deck that I use in every single reading, then you can do that in the description box. So excited to get that out into the community. The feedback that I've been getting so far has been amazing. So thank you for that. Oh, this frog in my throat. Wow. Okay, so stand your ground, mountains, very masculine energy. So the unmovable. Do we need another? No, but they're asking me to read this out, so I'm going to. I know this is a bit of a long one, but c'est la vie. Mountain, stand your ground. Hold firm to what you believe in or are focused on, because it is absolutely right. Know that heaven and earth are supporting you. Mountains are strong and wise. They are rooted deep in the earth and reach high into the sky. They have been where they are for thousands of years. They have been home to animals, they have been climbed by humans, and they have seen seasons come and go. No matter what has happened to them, they have remained strong, immovable, and unshakable. And so they offer the spiritual energies of strength and resilience. That was the start of the reading, was it not? Mountain energy is powerful because it is firmly rooted in the Great Mother and reaches high to the Great Father. If you're feeling challenged or pressured at this time, know that your spirit is more powerful than you think. You are resilient and grounded, and the energy of air of the mountains is giving you unshakable strength to be who you are. Take time to root yourself deeply in the energy of the earth before welcoming in the energies of the heaven. If you're not sure what you need to do next, the mountain card invites you to stay exactly where you are. Talk things over with those around you and know that change will come to you. You will be whole and well at the end of this current situation, and it will not stand in the way of your future growth and expansion. Well, I think that's what the whole reading was about. So that's a lovely finish. Thank you for being here. I so appreciate your wonderful presence, and I shall see you again soon. I hope this reading was helpful. Yes. I shall see you soon. Take care.